Get set. Go. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to case number 3, When in Rome. Hey, no one else from Time was ever stranded in the past, Ace. We're making history. Yeah, having a broken time machine is a first at the agency. Thankfully, Kai, our technician, is working on fixing the machine's time reactor circuits. But for that, he needs a large amount of gold, which is why we're in Rome. We know gold was sent here from Gaul. It should never have been seized in the first place, but history is now full of glitches. Well, at least stealing this gold to repair a time machine means we'd be fixing history a little, right? It's a win-win situation. Exactly. The problem is that we first need to get the gold from Octavian. Right. Octavian is Julius Caesar's heir, and he'll soon become emperor, although he doesn't really know that yet. Well, Zara already found out where Octavian is at the Circus Maximus for the chariot races. Ooh, chariot races. The giant arena where they held the games. Sweet. Ace, let's go. Nice. Chariot races. Alright. Well, that's obvious. Okay, so Scorpion. Where's the seashell? Up there. Boom! That should be a star for sure. Definitely a star. Perfect. Well, Ace, the bad news is that Octavian isn't here. The worst news is that this woman is dead. She's obviously been strangled, what with those deep marks on her neck. Hey, you must be the centurion sent to deal with this. By Mars, you must discover who killed Flavia Pultra. Oh, great, Counsel Octavian. It is an honor to meet you in person. We certainly deal with the murder of, did you say Flavia? Yes, she was the supporter of my political opponent, Mark Antony, and I will not have people say I killed her. Well, certainly, great Consul, and if you're willing to spare some of your time, we'd appreciate hearing more about her. Well, this wasn't really part of the plan, but we need to stay on Octavian's good side if we want him to tell us where the gold is. Alright, Ace, I'll send Amy a quick message to let her know what's happening, then we can get back to work. And good catch, that fruit bowl is spilled, most likely during a struggle between the victim and her killer. Searching through it could provide a lead. And remember to pretend to be loyal Roman soldiers when we ask Octavian about the victim. Alrighty. Alright, so which one will get us a new scene? It might be Octavian. Centurion Ace, people are whispering that I am responsible for Flavia's murder just because she was my political opponent. I invited that noble woman to watch the chariot races from my lounge. By Jupiter, I should have known I would regret it. Were you the only ones in the lounge? Well, yes. I left to go relieve myself somewhere private, and when I returned, she was dead. Could anyone else have come in? People came to pay their respects to me, as it should be. But Flavia didn't respect me as much as she should have. She arrived late, saying she had gotten distracted at the main square. Oh, the square. I agree, Centurion Ace. We should go there next. We thank you, great Consul Octavian. Alrighty. Beautiful. We've got 2 scenes. We can just crush it. And we have an XP bonus for that. Great. Glove. Ship. Stained earring. There's a torn poster, of course. Wooden box and harp. Boom. Hey, it's this earring. Isn't it the same as what the victim was wearing? And one of them was missing. There seems to be some substance on it. Let's take a sample. And you're right, this box is a representation of the circus on it. That's where the murder happened. But then what's it doing here? I'll let you open it. And what are those pieces of wood, Ace? Putting them back together could provide a lead. And we'll do all of that once I grab some stars from pitching Ace 88. The necklace found in that fruit bowl, Ace. What a peculiar shape. Apparently it's a booyah. A pendant parents give to their children. Girls wear them until their wedding day. You're right, Ace. Our victim is surely too old to have one, so this can't be hers. Revealing the name on the booyah will tell us who it belongs to. This one takes forever. It's just so annoying. I don't know why they changed it. It went from like being 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Let's send the sample we got from the victim's earring to Theo, Ace. I think I've gotten them in like the first 3 or 4 clicks, both of them. That was really cool, but that was just sheer dumb luck. All right, so ooh, well, this artwork looks like some kind of promotional ad. That guy must be a chariot racer. It says here his name is Scorpius. But you're right, Ace. There's also some graffiti mentioning our victim. It says, Ferris est dixit Flavia. Let me check the dictionary. So that means that Flavia recommends the stallion. Ooh, sounds pretty saucy, I agree, Ace. Okay, it seems like we need to have a chat with this stallion. Ooh. Ooh la la. That's definitely not it. That's it. Well, there's a glass in that box. Reminds me of the type of thing you get in a souvenir shop. Oh, wait a minute. That's exactly what it is. You're right, Ace. There's a name on it. The souvenir glass belongs to Marcus Brutus. Wait a minute. Brutus is still alive? Well, in our original timeline, Brutus killed Caesar with the other senators, a crime for which they all got executed shortly thereafter. Oh, great. But because a rogue time traveler killed Caesar 3 years early, Brutus didn't commit any crime, which means nobody killed him for revenge. Oh, man, history's out of whack. I agree. Since he's alive here, we should ask Brutus if he's seen anything regarding the murder. That's right. We're gonna have to like go back in time and like set things right. Claudia Putra. Hey, this pendant belongs to a certain Claudia Putra. Wait, Putra? She must be related to her victim. And since booyahs were worn by children, Claudia is most likely Flavia's daughter. Well, we can't avoid it, Ace. Let's inform Claudia of her mother's death. She looks like a spoiled brat. I could be wrong. You there, Scorpius. We need to talk to you before your race. No need to shout, Centurion. Scorpius the slave is staying out here today, not racing in the circus. Scorpius broke his arm, you see. Oh, so Scorpius hasn't... I mean, you have not been to the circus at all today? Not even to see Flavia? The noblewoman? No. And she would be seated in the lounge where slaves are not allowed. Well, that's where she was found murdered. Flavia's dead? I'm afraid so. We know she referred to you as a stallion. It appears that you had an intimate relationship. Oh, Centurions, it was certainly a joke. Highborn ladies such as Flavia are not for Scorpius. I would never touch any of them. I see. Thank you for your time, Scorpius. Centurion Ace knows where to find you if we have any more questions. Yeah, that's a guilty man. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Hi, Centurion Ace. You're finally back in Rome. Tell me, do you also feel out of place? Words cannot describe it, but something feels wrong, as though I wasn't meant to be here. Pfft, yeah, you have no kidding. We understand the feeling, Brutus, but more than you know. But we're actually looking for another murder, that of Flavia. I'm not surprised that woman got herself killed. She was a little too vocal about country affairs. I would always avoid her at political gatherings. Flavia would be courteous to your face, but spit on your back. You never knew what her agenda was, but it was never good. We already have 4 suspects in chapter 1. It's crazy. Kind Centurions, what do you seek? I am a priestess of Vesta, goddess of the earth, and must return to the temple to feed the flame that protects Rome. No, we didn't know Flavia's daughter was a priestess. Hey Vestal, we deliver sad news. Your mother's been murdered. My mother? Murdered? Oh, by Vesta, who committed such a terrible act? My poor mother. Well, can you think of anyone besides Octavian who would wish your mother harm? My mother was active in life and politics, so there might be someone, but I have no one in mind. I hope Kai fixes the reactor soon, Ace. This time machine wasn't built for the team to actually live in. It only has 2 showers. Seems rather problematic. We had 5 at my parents' place. Oh yeah, right. Zara told us about your rough childhood. Oh, so Zara talks about me? Anyway, the sample you found on the victim's earring was body oil. The ancient Romans would use it to clean themselves. They'd rather lather it on than scrape some off, taking the dirt with it. Your victim and her other earring didn't have any oil, so your killer is the one who left this fresh sample. Well, the killer might think they can wash away their sins with body oil, but the stink of their crime will lead Ace straight to them. Ace, did you cross paths with Nibet on your way in? I assume someone from ancient Egypt would be interested in watching me work. They were all about mummification after all. But she didn't seem to enjoy any of it, not even when I got the intestines out intact. She turned green and ran off. I can understand why someone wouldn't like the look of human intestines. But I'd be wary of Nibet if I were you, Janice. She snuck into the time machine before we left Egypt, which is super problematic. Oh, but she's a sweet girl. Anyway, back to your victim. She fought her attacker while getting strangled, so the killer bashed her head against the table, which explains the blood. But the blood's not the only red liquid I found. There's also some red Pompeian wine along her neck and down her back. Your killer obviously had poured themselves a drink before committing the murder. Ah, so they drink wine. Fitting, since they seem to have a thirst for blood. Alright, Ace, let's recap. Okay, you guys can read it. Oh, yes. This time period in Roman history was marked by the struggle for power between Octavian and Mark Antony. Both men viewed themselves as Caesar's successors. Octavian would inevitably win, but not before a lot of bloodshed. Well, blood may have already been shed on that score. Anyway, we had to inform the victim's daughter. You mean an actual Vestal virgin? They were a big deal in Rome, you know. Having your daughter become one was very prestigious. Well, our victim was clearly noble and politically influential. All this investigation needs is a little nudity to become stereotypical Roman. Well, looks like I'm about to make your ancient Roman dreams come true then. I found out that your victim hosted an orgy last night. Brother. Of course. Anyways, guys, we got chapter 2 coming up. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.